Jakari, thank you so much for being a part of the program tonight. Tell us about this guy.
Well, I'll tell you, Gigi, I'm actually in a pretty bad mood right now because I look at this guy who's trying to take away my guns, and it's somebody different every single week. It's like when I was a kid and I used to watch the old Batman cartoon, and it'd be the Joker, then it'd be the Riddler, and it'd be Two-Face. I'm like, I don't think Batman can go out here and fight these people every week, but every single week in real life, we have a new villain coming to take away our guns. If it's not Feinstein, it's Joe Biden. Now it's this guy. And if it's not him, it's going to be the moms next week and something after that. So, yeah, let's take a look at this guy. This is an article from Paul Joseph Watson, colonel who vowed to disarm Americans, works with Homeland Security. Now, Gigi, this is the guy who said he wants to pry your guns from your cold, dead fingers. This is a quote from this gentleman. His name is Lieutenant Colonel Robert Bateman. And this is a man who, he says he'll allow you, if he's in charge, he'll allow you to have a bolt-action rifle with no more than 5 rounds. He'll allow you to have a muzzle-loaded firearm. He'll allow you to have a break-action shotgun, but that's about it. And he says if you don't work for the government, if you don't supply weapons to the government, he doesn't want you to have a government. He'll put you out of business for your own damn good. This is an article. These are quotes from his own article. You can see the full article on Esquire. We have our articles on Infowars.com by Paul Joseph Watson and also Kit Daniels.
Where do they get these people? I mean, what happened to our constitutional rights? And does he know the Constitution?
I'm sure, all these guys claim to be constitutional scholars, constitutional lawyers. We've put up the articles Kit Daniels has in the past week about the professor, I believe is at Texas A&M, constitutional professor, goes up in front of her class and says the Constitution is obsolete. We need to get rid of the Second Amendment. These are the people, Obama's a constitutional scholar. He claims, I guess he knows enough about it, he can cut out what he doesn't want to be in there. So, yeah, I know what's in it, and I know what shouldn't be in there. It's pretty much their attitude towards it.
That is insane.
But it's not just this, it's all kinds of guys. I mean, we have the things coming up with the ATF, the National Firearms Act, that comes ahead, I believe it's Monday, as well as the Undetectable Firearms Act, which concerns things such as your printable guns. We talked to Cody Wilson about that earlier this week. And all this stuff is coming to the head at the same time. You have this guy and those two acts, those bills, and also you have the Sandy Hook anniversary coming up. So it's going to be just a big conglomeration of everybody focusing in on guns. Why hasn't anything changed? And that's going to be the big deal. Why haven't we got these dangerous AK-47s and these AR-15s off the street? Because they're not involved in a lot of these crimes that are going on. I mean, most of the times these things are used in some type of defensive or offensive measure. It's a menacing incident. Even if it's police, they aim their rifle, they aim their shotgun, and the guy gives up. These things aren't being used in mass shootings. And I know, yes, of course, we've had some recently, but that's not always the case.
But now I hear that they're also planning on charging for ammunition, like an insane amount.
Yeah, they want to tax ammunition, and this is something that's being kicked around. Remember also after the Boston bombing, they're saying, oh, we have to regulate powder now. So if you want to make your own ammunition, they're going to come after that. It's any which way they can to track you, to regulate what you're doing. That's exactly what they're going to do.
Well, maybe they'll take some lessons from Iceland, right?
Yeah, I mean, Iceland, you look at these other countries that don't have these big, long lists of deaths. I believe Iceland wasn't the first officer-involved shooting.
Right, and they had in 2009 one homicide.
Right.
One.
Because people, they're trained in firearms, they're proficient in firearms, and I definitely do agree that, if you do own a firearm, I think you should seek some type of training or at least, learn from people who are experienced. I'm not saying it should be federally regulated necessarily, but I think, it is a good idea to invest in some training and some know-how.
Well, and hopefully at some point our government will stop just handing out pharma like it's candy.
And, this is the government. Meanwhile, they say we can't have guns here at home, but they'll give guns to Syrian rebels. They'll give guns to Mexican drug cartels and let them run amok. And then when, they have all the gun deaths in Mexico, then Obama goes down, well, it's our fault here in the United States because of all these gun laws. I'm like, yeah, it's your fault because you gave guns to Mexican drug cartels. That's why they have so many killings down there. Right. And plus, the people don't have the proper arms to arm themselves. To
defend themselves, sure. And I'm not going to bag on all cops, but a lot of them shouldn't really have a gun considering their mental
I mean,
condition.
we see these situations, and, because the big thing is we talk about drones and maybe the police moving towards having drones soon. Some places already do. And they're saying, well, you have cops carrying guns. I don't feel comfortable with all these cops carrying around guns. Like I said, I understand, they're law enforcement. They need guns to protect themselves, but I need a gun to protect myself. We see the situations in New York last year and this year. Cops open firing on a single individual, and they're hitting everybody else around them. It's like that scene from Pulp Fiction, where the guy opens fire and he shoots everybody except Samuel L. Jackson and John Travolta. That's what these cops are doing in New York.
This is crazy. Well, it's good to see you fired up, though.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, Jakari, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, Gigi.
And stick around till after the show, because Leanne McAdoo and Dr. Group are going to talk a little bit about improving your lifestyle.
Now you can watch The Alex Jones Show live as it happens at Infowars.com/show.
You'll find links to all of our content there and a free 15-day trial for Prison Planet TV.
More than 60 movies and documentaries all in one place at Infowars.com/show.
The facts are in. The studies are legion. Sodium fluoride and other members of the fluorine family that are added to Western water supplies are devastating the health and cognitive ability of the people that drink it. So the question is, why are the social engineers adding it to the water? Simple. Dumb down the host population that the parasitic technocracy is feeding on. We developed Fluoride Shield to be the highest quality, highest standards, because I use it every day and my family uses it every single day. Let's take a closer look at the ingredients that make up this special proprietary formula. Tamarind has been celebrated for its ability to immobilize toxic fluoride residues, while zeolites have a long history of attracting and holding toxic compounds. Enter fulvic acid, an excellent cleansing agent. Then we added the highest quality shilajit, a rare compound that is collected from the high mountains of the Himalayas. We topped it all off with the powerhouse herb cilantro that is intended to mobilize fluoride and other dangerous compounds for removal from the body. And the final touch to energize this formula is our proprietary nascent iodine. And as always, consult your physician as well, because that is important. And finally, Fluoride Shield, Survival Shield, and all the products at InfoWarsLife.com grew out of my quest to try to find the very best compounds from God's cornucopia to protect myself and my family. And from our research, I believe we are bringing you the best, highest quality products. And you have that commitment from Alex Jones and the entire InfoWars crew.